Hey guys, today I wanted to show you how I dye my curly hair bright red without bleach, no bleach. I've been doing the same routine, same ingredients for years, and I absolutely love the results, and I get a lot of questions, so I figured I would share this routine with you guys. So first thing you're gonna need the hair dye. This is what I use. It's L'Oreal High Color Highlights in the color red. You can find this at Sally's Beauty Supply. I've also seen it at regular beauty supply stores, so that is the main ingredient that I use to get my hair really bright red. This hair dye is made for dark hair, as it says there, because it does have some kind of lightener in it. I'm not sure what the science is behind it. I'm not going to try and explain it, but this is for if you have naturally dark hair. So if you guys can see my roots, I do have dark brown hair. So if you have blonde or lighter colored hair, I wouldn't recommend this if you're trying to go red. So just a disclaimer. And then I'm using developers. So I'm using this is the Clairol Soyplex 10 volume. I'm using this for my ends because my ends are already light because I've already dyed it before. And then I'm using the L'Oreal 30 volume. This is going to be for my roots. You want to use the higher volume developer on your roots because that hair is virgin, so it needs to be lifted more, it needs to be lightened more. And then if you have ends that are already lightened, or if you're like me and you're just refreshing, you know, you're doing the color again, then you want to go with a lighter developer. This is only 10 volume, so it's not going to lift the hair. My ends, it's hard to see right now, but they are, especially like at the very end, they're very light because I've been dyeing my hair for years. So this is just gonna deposit the color. It's not gonna lift your hair anymore. And you need to be careful too, because if you keep lightening your hair, if you guys have experience with dyeing your hair, especially when you go lighter, it can be very damaging. And because I have curls, I need to be really careful. So those are the main things that you need to actually color your hair. And then just some basics, some gloves. I got those from Sally's, but any gloves are fine. I actually grabbed some trash bags too because I put these on the floor, I put them in the sink. I'm gonna do the process in the bathroom just because it's red, you know, so it's gonna get a little messy. I find that just laying this stuff out, it's just extra careful so I don't make a huge mess. And then finally, you just need some clips to hold your hair and separate it during the process. And I would recommend, I'm not going to wear this shirt when I dye my hair, but I would recommend definitely wearing a shirt you don't care about because it is going to get stained. But I am going to put a towel over too, just so it's less messy. So anyway, those are the ingredients you guys will need. Again, I find most of this at Sally's Beauty Supply. You can check your local beauty supply store too. I'm sure you can find most of these things there. So let's get to the process. Okay, so I forgot to mention, I'm really lazy. I don't use a bowl and a brush to put the color. I actually just put gloves and just use my hands. That's how I've always done it. I've tried brushes before and I didn't like it. I felt like the results weren't that different from just using my hands. So I use this bottle to, I mix the dye and the developer in here and I just go for it. So you're definitely gonna need one of these bottles, again, Sally's or any beauty supply. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the dye and the 30 volume. I'm gonna mix those and do my roots first because they're darker. You wanna let the color sit there longer and process. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix that and get started. Okay, so I know I look ridiculous right now, but the roots are done. So you can prevent this too. What I got going on here on my forehead, you can either put Vaseline or they sell things, you know, so you don't stain your forehead. I'm just lazy, very minimal when it comes to this stuff. So yeah, it does wash out. It just, you know, it doesn't really look that cute during the process. So now I'm going to mix another box. I have a lot of hair, so I need 2 boxes. Also too, because I'm using different developers, yeah. So I'm gonna mix the 10 volume and another L'Oreal High Color. I rinsed out the bottle, I'm using the same bottle, and now I'm gonna do the ends. Okay, so I'm all done putting the dye through my hair. As you can see, this process is very messy. It could be a little more organized, you know, if you do the little bowl with the brush. Again, this is just how I do it. And let me put the disclaimer out there too. I am not a professional hairdresser. I don't have any cosmetology training, nothing. This is just research, trial and error, and this is what has been working for me for the past few years. I am going to now put a plastic bag. Ooh, yeah, so pretty. I'm gonna put this over my head and I'm gonna leave it for about 30-40 minutes. I'm just gonna keep an eye on the color, rinse it out style, and then I will show you guys the final result. Also too, it'll give me time to clean up because you guys will see if you do go and try this, it is pretty messy, but putting the trash bags out definitely helps, so I would highly recommend that. So these are my final results. As you guys can see, it is very bright, which I love. It does fade over time. It fades to like a nice orangey, gingery red, and then eventually it'll fade to a blonde. As you guys saw in the beginning of the video, my ends are lighter, so as it fades, you know, they will still be lighter, and up here it'll be a little bit darker, but hopefully over time, you know, I'll trim those light ends off and even it out a little bit. But this was just one process. I did the 30 volume developer on my roots and the 10 volume on my ends, and I used the same dye for both the L'Oreal High Color in the shade red, and this is how it came out. I love it. I mean, this is what I've been doing for years, so if you guys are looking to go for a color like this, or maybe something a little bit less intense, a little less bright, the same brand, they do have different shades, so if you want to start a little bit darker and work your way up, that's actually how I did it. I used to do it darker, and then I worked my way to the really bright red. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it really helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.